This is 12 stitch cable on the background of reverse stocking stitch. A classic pattern calls for 6 rows, but here I'm using 8 to create this nice volume. Also 4 background stitches used on each side to showcase this beauty.
Looks much more complicated than it actually is. You only twist it once per 8 rows, but it looks so elevated. That's how it looks from the back side.
For your convenience, I created time codes for every row, so you can check them down below, and let's knit this beauty together.
Start by casting on 22 stitches. I'm using regular cast on. You can learn in more details to cast on using long tail method. I have a video tutorial, I'll link it down below. Tighten out. First row, first stitch, slip 4 stitches to purl. Twelve stitches to knit.
It is important to pay more attention while you set in the first row, because most of the mistakes are made when you miscount stitches, and it will ruin the whole pattern, and you'll end up unraveling if you miscount the amount of stitches you need.
Then 4 stitches to purl. And the last edge stitch I purl as well. Second row, I slip the first edge stitch, and I knit 4 stitches, and then I purl 12, and then I knit 4 stitches, and purl the last edge stitch. Third row, I always slip the first edge stitch, and then I purl 4, knit 12 stitches, purl 4, and the last one I always purl.
Fourth row,
First stitch with slip, then knit 4, purl 12, and knit 4, and the last stitch is always purl.
row number 5.
First stitch with slip, purl 4, knit 12. Once you establish the pattern, it is pretty easy to follow. I think it's one of the most easiest errands actually. Just do what you see, and then we see 4 purl stitches and we purl. The row number 6, and again you just already can see what you need to do. Knit, purl, knit. It's pretty easy to follow this pattern. So we first stitch slip, and then knit 4, and purl 12, and then we knit 4, and always purl the edge stitch. That's what we have so far. Now it's time to introduce the helping needle.
Row number 7.
The first stitch whip through and then purl 4 as we did before. Then I am taking my helping needle and you see the size difference. This is number 4 and I'm doing my swatch on number 9 for the upcoming project, so the difference is huge, but because we basically using it only to hold the stitches, it doesn't matter what size you have, so you don't need many sizes of this helping needle. One is probably enough, but maybe I have a pack where I have 2 sizes. First is 2.5 and this is number 4, and that's plenty. Just use this bigger one for all the rest of the sizes. Transfer 3 stitches on the helping needle and put it behind the work. Then the yarn is going to be in front of it, like so, and we need 3 stitches. And then we can do like this. So we will need this 3 stitches from the helping needle, and because we are making stitches with this one, not with that one, the size doesn't matter. So I just knit from helping needle regardless of the size. 1, 2 and 3. Here you just need to be careful not to lose stitches from this needle. Now after we did this twist, we are transferring 3 stitches again on the helping needle, but this time it will hang here in front, and we need the remaining 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Need the stitches from the helping needle. Three stitches knitting. I need 3 stitches, and you see what it's forming already. Then I just follow the rest of the pattern as established. Yeah, that's the most complicated part of this pattern, but also I feel like it's fun. Now we're doing the same, we're just repeating what is already established. First edge stitch we slip, then we knit 4, then purl 12. We purled 12 stitches and knit 4. That was 8 rows, and we knitted 1 pattern, but sometimes there are different variations, so you can see it being a little bit longer or shorter. Let me just a few rows and I'll show you how it turns. Here I repeated what we did one more time plus 1 row. That's how it looks. If you like this tutorial, you know what to do. See you in my next one. Bye!